Hello, fellow armchair Imagineers. It's your podcasting compatriot, Tiki here.
And BlueDragonFive.
And Jacob Wile too.
And together we are the Big Podcast 3!
Yes. La la la.
I try to make that Big Podcast 3 part like more and more metal each time. All right.
Next time will just be incomprehensible noise.
God.
To be truly metal, you have to be incomprehensible.
So guys, we have a limited amount of time here, so let's just jump right into it. We're talking about season 1, episode 17, Big Hero 7. This is a Steven Universe situation, Dragon. This is a situation that you and I are well familiar with in Steven Universe, where the name of the episode sounds like something's really important's going to happen. And honestly, there was a game changer moment in the episode where it's like, oh, okay, we're really going somewhere with this. And then by the end of the episode, it was all for nothing. It was all for nothing. Just done. I got to admit, guys, I'm gonna have to look through the episodes, but there's some good redeeming parts of this episode for sure, mostly the comedy, but generally speaking, if not the worst episode of this series, this is definitely the most disappointing.
All right.
Okay.
I'm in full agreement, if not harsher, on the episode. I got to be frank.
Oh,
I was
wow.
very.
Okay.
Suffice it to say, I was a bit let down by this one. I really feel this one's like a zero sum. Like, why did I bother watching the episode by the end of considering how things work? I was like, okay, this episode's completely for nothing then.
Yeah.
I don't know. I had like a few very, very honestly. There were very few good moments in this, but I mean, they're like, they were okay. But I'm just basically looking for some positive in the episode. I had a couple good moments. Honestly, I kind of like the score in the episode more than I like the episode itself. I got to be frank. I was really pulling for this kid, Richardson Mold, to kind of win me over, but
he really didn't.
That's the thing. I have been pulling for this. Here's the thing. I really was pulling for this character to be good, and this episode did not help.
Yeah. Jacob, you want to buck here? Oh, sorry, Dragon. Sorry.
Basically, I was saying, I agree with you. This, at least for my money, unless there's one, I don't think there's anyone I've really felt this. I've never disliked one like I dislike this one. So
yeah, so I think, like I said, Jacob, any like wayward opinions from ours?
I mean, I'd probably go with the whole disappointment route myself.
Okay.
This really didn't do Richardson Mole any favors.
Nope. You know what it kind of reminds me of? This situation kind of reminds me of like a lighter version of what we experienced with Jimmy Neutron in Christmas in July this year, where of course I can't stand Jimmy Neutron as a character. All the other characters around him are fine, especially Carl Weezer, and Hugh Neutron's also very entertaining, but Hugh Neutron and Carl Weezer kind of make that show. But Jimmy himself, in the Christmas episode was just intolerable. And this was a similar situation where it's like, Dragon's just kind of like, oh, I think this mole guy is going to grow on me. And it's like, nope, bad episode to hinge your bets on mole here. Guys, it's funny. We were just talking about obscure Dark Knight quotes before we went on air.
God.
And I'm going to pull an obscure Spider-Man 3 reference because it's been on the tip of my tongue as something that would have saved the episode. All right.
Are you just going to say so bad instead of so good? Because
No. I'm not going to go for the easy Harry's Pie pool. There's other things in Spider-Man 3 besides Harry's Pie that I find entertaining.
I think it's like the most obscure Spider-Man 3 thing we keep drawing back to the well for whenever we say obscure Spider-Man 3. Anyway, keep going.
Okay, so we do the whole amnesia thing with Mole, obviously. Yeah. Spoiler alert. I don't think we really need to like beat around the bush with that. And you know what would have saved it? This would have totally fucking saved it for me. If he would have if when he wakes up, he sees Go-Go and he just gives a dumb smile and he's like, I know that face.
I don't think that would have saved it, but that would have at least been a little funnier.
I gotta say, I know that face is definitely my second favorite Franco moment after the pie thing in Spider-Man 3.
It was also like the cotton candy gag, where it's just like eating cotton candy, all kind of happy-go-lucky. I don't know.
Anyways,
All right,
I
so let's see,
mean,
just breaking down what's necessarily wrong with the episode here. So I feel one, first and foremost, that feed into a problem that, again, Big Hero 6, I'm worried about the future of the show because of this one plot element this episode hinges on. This all stems from the problem of Big Hero 6 identity that we still have not, after all these episodes, like this is roughly episode 17, right? Roughly.
yeah, it's exactly episode 17.
Right, so it's episode 17, and by this point, we're still like we don't have code names yet. We haven't like he's called Lizard Guy. And we're like, why is there no publicity on Big Hero 6? Why are there no? The closest thing we got was when Carmi was giving them nicknames. And again, like most of those were hit or miss. Bear in mind, but at least it was. That's what I'm saying. At least it was progress. This is basically because we still haven't figured out this plot line. What we're doing with this, I think that's like they're digging themselves kind of like little potholes, and they keep tripping when we do this stuff here. Again, Carmi's like the only time we've ever kind of addressed that, at least said something about it. And here it's just like, okay, well, someone's figured out their identity. We did with Alistair Cray, and that made sense because he is the owner of a company, therefore he is somewhat smart. Therefore he could put two and two together, and he was in the thick of the origin of Big Hero 6, so he would be able to figure that out. But again, like when another guy figures it out, you can sense there's a problem here, yet we're still not doing anything to fix this.
You know what the thing is? I had a sinking feeling in my gut about this episode from the get-go. Like, as soon as the second blackmail thing came about, I was like, well, they can't draw this plot line out forever. There's got to be something that's going to resolve it. And of course, they go the easy fucking route possible with amnesia, which is just... just
real
frustrating.
Quick, because you remind me of I was almost going to forget about this, but now you brought up, I have to mention this real quick. I had a moment with this episode, all right? So when I was looking at like the episode description, remember, we were all speculating it was going to be, okay, Carmi might, live out her fantasy, join the Big Hero 6. Who knows?
Son of a bitch. And this is like a huge, like, wasted out. This would have been the perfect time in the storytelling, in the arc of the show. Like, just from a logical storytelling point of view, I feel like this is the time in the season to get Carmi to the point of knowing who they are.
Exactly, and basically when we were all kind of thinking maybe it was going to go in the Carmi direction, but anyway, so I looked like the episode description, like so I could DVR and record the episode. When I did that, I saw Richardson Mole. Basically, I saw like his name pop up during the thing without reading too into it, so I wouldn't know what's going on in the episode. I saw that and I got like, oh no! I just had that moment of, oh no. Like I just had that moment like, oh, okay, this might not be good, and basically it fulfilled itself. And I wasn't like negative from the outset of the episode because again, I really liked that. I like the beginning of the episode with high voltage. I really do like that.
Yeah.
I didn't actually read any of the descriptions. I just went to the Disney Now website and watched it, like and saw the thumbnails. Like, well, that's not quite what I was expecting. I was like, oh no, this guy again.
Yep.
Yeah. So
turns out these two can only create one good mole.
You know what would have been perfect if Stan Lee would have come in and given Mole like a lecture about keeping superhero identities.
Yeah. I mean, look, let's just to address just the cop-out ending of it all here. Here's the problem. So we have this very obvious, been done 100 times, especially Spider-Man 3, done like the old cop-out amnesia plot instead of like Richardson Mole's faced with a moment of change, which I'm not saying would have fixed the whole episode, but I'm saying at least it would have made it worthwhile,
Uh-huh.
It would have at least laid some pipe that, okay, they're going to put away the silly rivalry. Maybe Richardson Mole's going to come around. Maybe he'll be like a side benefactor for the gang. Who knows? Then again, we already have that with Fred, so it's just the question, maybe he'll come around and help with the superhero stuff. You never know. And the point is like that moment where Fred saves him. I love that moment where Fred saves him, and then you think, okay, hey, man, they kind of have that cup holder moment of bonding, and then nothing. It's just like, okay, he's gonna sell off their identity to like a newspaper, essentially, and then of course, very stupidly, he goes for like the energy orb. And I gotta tell you, I mean, this is a sign that something's not right in the episode here. When that moment happened, honestly, throughout the battle, and especially during that moment, I was kind of thinking to myself, you know what? I kind of hope it gets killed off in the field. I really do.
I wish.
I kind of like. I mean, they're not going to do it, obviously.
That high.
I'm saying, I mean, literally, he goes for like the energy. He goes for like the electrical thing. Looks like he gets kind of zapped to death for a moment. It's like, okay, let's kill him all.
Okay, so briefly, I mean, I do have a couple positive things to say about the episode. As you mentioned, I think the high voltage stuff is all very entertaining. My problem is that it just doesn't connect to the rest of the episode at all, really.
Exactly.
Like it vaguely connects to like the Fred and the Fred and Mole getting over their issues, but then not really by the end of the episode.
Yeah. You're absolutely right, Tiki. It's completely disconnected, but here's the problem. I'm more interested in the high voltage thing. The high voltage thing doesn't even finish up that well, but it's like I'm more interested in it. And of course, the problem is like, okay, they're expecting either a melding of stories, or at the very least, the A story is going to keep your attention. The B story with high voltage is going to be entertaining, but I'm only care about the B story. The A story is leaving me sad and disappointed.
One of the most disappointing things is the fact that like this series and the people who created it are like known for like their like combination and subversion of tropes. Yet this one played a whole bunch of them perfectly straight and never did anything interesting with them.
Oh, God voice.
Oh, sorry. Is it normal again?
Nope.
Still there.
Hold on.
For any Preacher fans out there, the proper terminology is the voice of Genesis.
All right.
Anyway, let's see. Getting back to some positives here. So yes, high voltage. I mean, Barb and Juniper. I love the opening of the episode where Alistair Craze is giving this little speech here. And I love the miracle micro battery. I love that. You know me, I'm kind of a tech head on this. I love that.
Better?
Yeah, so far so good, Jacob. Yeah.
One of these days, I really need to say, get on with it after you guys do tell me that. But,
all right.
But did you guys hear what I said about any of that, though?
Yes, but Jacob, I'm hearing a slight echo on my end. Or on your end. I can hear myself.
Oh, I can't hear anything.
Dragon, can you hear that? Can you hear my voice?
No, I think it's fixed itself, Tiki. I think it's gone now.
But you heard what I was... Okay, anyways,
I heard what you're talking about. I'm saying now I think it's gone. Okay. Anyway, back to the high voltage points. The point is like, the miracle micro battery, I like that plot line. It doesn't really pay off that much because, again, this whole orb plot line is a little lost on me. It's like, okay, well, I mean, it's okay, but it's just kind of like barely anything there, really.
I honestly would have liked to see more of like more of the micro battery stuff.
Yeah, I mean, the micro battery is such a cool idea, and they stole yet another thing from Cray, and I love the ending where Cray's like, I gotta call my mother. You know, it's like,
that was good. That was good. That was probably the best line of the episode.
That's what I'm saying. It was like, okay, that was so fun.
And for once, Cray wasn't actually trying to do something to harm society.
Yeah, I mean, it ended up in the bad guy's hand, but, you know, he didn't do it on purpose.
Kind of like, he like even admitted, like, I probably shouldn't say this, but there's literally another one over there.
Yeah. Which is hilarious. So... Here again, so a few elements I think really did work there. Here's something that kind of surprised me. Again, I thought the score was really solid, like the big ending climax with Go-Go.
The climax is good. I feel like all the stuff with high voltage is always on point.
Yeah, and the high voltage stuff was good. I love the scene in the diner. You know, when they're kind of arguing over styles,
and the radios like switching back and forth. That was fun.
And Joe's like, "It's my diner.
I'm Joe."
Oh, that's great.
Wasabi's car is hilarious. Like all the Wasabi car stuff was.
Also, the moment with tiny little comedic beats in this episode that I enjoyed, and the moment where Mole and Fred are arguing, and Wasabi's like trying to eat a sandwich.
You're ruining my sandwich vibe, sandwich serenity, guys.
He's like Vince Gilligan with that sandwich, man. He's like, come on, guys. I just got my sandwich here, and you're all arguing. Come on, man.
Just imagining Vince Gilligan as just kind of this wise Solomon, just guest starring and all this. Vince Gilligan, he wanders the earth and just kind of like cameos. He's just the guy walking into episodes, like he just kind of walks in the background of the scene with a sandwich, just like almost the camera. He's like, "Hey guys, let's just be all nice and peaceful.
Don't mind me. I'm just eating a sandwich."
Come on, Peter, get your watch and let's go.
God.
Anyway, so let's see. What was I going with? Oh yes.
Also, to me, probably the comedic highlight was the crackers.
Yeah, exactly. Right there, the crackers was funny.
Oh no, he's eating crackers. Like I sense serotonin and crackers, or whatever Baymax. I forget the thing Baymax said.
At the end of the day, folks, it's pretty much crackers. That's all I really got to say about the episode. It's crackers, and that's...
Since I don't have a lot to say about the episode, can I just say that the crackers reminds me of an obscure bit of Simpsons trivia?
Would you like to share said obscure bit of Simpsons trivia?
So Milhouse, you know Milhouse?
What is it, Jacob?
Like, I rate this episode crackers out of 10.
Continue, Tiki.
Okay, so you guys know Milhouse, right?
Yeah.
His father works at a cracker factory.
Huh.
Kirk Van Houten, which I've always found to be like one of the most depressing jobs in TV fictional character history.
I feel bad for that family.
Dude, Kirk Van Houten is like one of the like most underplayed, like depressing characters ever. I swear to God, that dude is he's like constantly on a downward spiral. I need to watch. It's been a while since I've watched good Simpsons. I need to watch some good Simpsons. Anyways, random tangents aside, I think, can we all agree that this is probably the worst episode of the series, barring a couple really good comedic beats here and there?
Yeah, I'm simpatico with that, Tiki. I'd agree, yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't disagree.
Yeah, so, and you know what's disappointing is that it's coming off of what I think you, like the three of us, were glowing about in last episode. Last episode was really damn good. We had that, we had that great scene with, oh crap, not Cray, but shoot, I'm blanking.
Callahan.
Yeah, Callahan. Yeah, we had that great scene with Callahan that I'm still thinking about. Last episode was really damn good, and then we get this, man. This is like the definition of a filler episode. I'm simpatico of Dragon in that there's literally no reason for us to have watched this.
I gotta tell you, I'm glad that Obaki wasn't in this episode, so I wouldn't have to say anything bad about Obaki.
Oh, you know what? That's a good point. I think the fact that Obaki's not in this episode also like kind of cements it as a filler episode, really.
Obaki in the episode, no, why am I watching it?
What really would have saved this is like if like one of the mysterious people that like Mole was talking to was Obaki.
That's true. I mean, I don't think it would have saved it, but it
would have made things more interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, considering that even Obaki already knows.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, that'll do it for us this week. Let's see. We actually have a couple interesting episode titles, so let me.
I actually got it pulled up already.
Okay. Would you like to share?
All right. Next time is Big Problem. I mean, none of these have synopses, by the way.
I believe they're bringing back Minimax for this for the next episode.
All right. Then Steamer's Revenge.
Ah.
Bot Fighter,
which I'm really excited about.
Okay, two episodes that are titles that are to be announced.
Oh, by the way, I think I heard a rumor that Christy Carlson Romano is going to be in that Bot Fighter episode. Which
nice,
really
nice.
Excited. Love me some Christy Carlson Romano. She's great.
And we have a two-parter episode actually. Or like 20 episodes 23.
No, it's actually a three-parter. It's 23, 24, and 25.
Yep, a countdown to catastrophe.
I'm going to go ahead and guess is the finale.
Sounds about right.
Probably.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna have something to do with maybe it's something to do with that artist and Obaki's plans or something.
Yeah.
Alrighty, folks. Thank you so much for joining us, and see you again next week. In the meantime,
give me some crackers.